believe the year's already happened,
Oh my God.
say that first. Like, gosh, what a year, hey? It was crazy. But I also can't believe that we are doing this event again, and I think it's going to be even more epic than last time. And we thought that some of our listeners out there maybe haven't really heard about this event, or maybe don't know enough about it. So we thought we'd tell you guys all about it today because it's definitely the place to be, right?
Absolutely. So let's go back because we know we have a lot of new listeners. We can see our stats. We can see that we've got a lot of new people listening to us. So that's why we thought we'd jump back and talk about Dance Teacher Expo. It was something that we started last year. We had our first event in April 2024. No, not 2024, 2023. Let me get my years right. And, we based it after you went over and participated at Dance Teacher Web in US the year before, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think I was there in August the year before. And what I loved about it was that it was just studio owners and dance teachers and no kids. And I think, as a studio owner and dance teacher, when you're at those events with kids, you have to focus on the kids. Like, I feel like that's just the way it has to be. Obviously, they're your clients and, you need to be there for them. But when you take those kids and, let's be honest, parents out of it, you can actually focus on your business, on your teaching skills, upskilling, maybe some new programs or, new items of uniform or clothing or costumes that you've never thought of before, and can actually just do it about yourself. And that's what I love about this event.
Oh, absolutely. And, we had such a great turnout last year. We were, oh my God, absolutely overwhelmed by the turnout that we ended up having. It was crazy, right?
Amanda, I'm going to say this. Do you remember us standing? So we had like this archway when people first came in, right? And Amanda and I were standing there and we were like, what if no one comes? Like, we just had that. Do you remember that moment together?
And we were both just like, we were nervous. It was
it
was a big thing for us.
We were so nervous. It was a big investment. We had all these vendors there, and yes, we'd sold heaps of tickets, but that doesn't mean people are actually going to turn up. And we were like freaking out. But then it was like bigger than Ben-Hur. It was so epic. Like, it was crazy. If you guys watch the videos on the Expo Instagram, you'll see like the classes were so full that we actually had the ICC have like a chat to us to say you can't let that many people into the classrooms. Like, that's how crazy it was. It was insanity.
It was so good. And the vibes were so fantastic. Oh my God, we had so many people coming up to us going, oh my God, this is so lovely. I connected with this person. I chatted to this person, and it was so lovely because we've all felt that, right? Like, there's so many incredible events around, Eisteddfods festivals, all the different things that are going on, and they're so amazing, but we're all like, all of us, and we've both been there too and going to those kind of events, our stress levels are higher when the kids are there and when the clients are there and the parents, and you're worried about what's going on. But when it's just dance teachers and studio owners, everyone kind of like let their guards down and they just had a really great time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Amanda, that I have the biggest anxiety around going to any new event like that. Like, I absolutely freak out. I'm not about meeting new people. I'm not good at it. You're much better at it than I am. And I feel like we really created an environment deliberately because we wanted everyone to feel comfortable there. And our first speech that we did, where we spoke to everyone, we said, be brave, talk to other people. There's no judgment here. And that's really what Amanda and I are trying to create in our industry, is that the more that we work together, the stronger we're going to be. There's no need for us to have that, bitchy, nasty, be against each other. I think that's in the past now. I feel like we have made waves with that, Amanda. I have to say
Absolutely.
that. I
feel like the whole industry's moved forward, right?
It has. Thank goodness, because we should all be able to share with each other and help each other and work together. And, I think that's so important.
Absolutely. So to set the scene, if you weren't there last year, we had 2 movement rooms and 3 business rooms going. So all of our attendees got to choose from one of the rooms at every single time. So we ended up having like 50 classes across the weekend, which was so awesome because there really was something for everyone, right?
There was, and you know what I loved about it as well? Like we're looking at Marco Panzic's class. There's 18-year-old teachers in there. There's 60-year-old teachers in there. Everyone was just vibing and having a great time. Like there wasn't that feel that you get in a dance class sometimes. Like, I'd be way too scared to go to a dance class. I don't know about you, Amanda, but I'd freak out.
These days, I can barely touch my toes these days.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I can still teach, but I'm not as flexible. I'm not as fit as I used to be, right?
Right, exactly. But I felt like it wasn't like that in there. It was like everyone was non-judgmental. They were just there for themselves, and that's what brought the vibe into those rooms. And then the business rooms were just epic. They were crazy, right?
They were. And, you started mentioning about Marco's. We kicked the weekend off with that. And so many people absolutely love that because he just brought the fun because, that's what Marco does, right? He brings the fun. But then we had some incredible people speaking in the business rooms. It was absolutely next level. We had, people from Sydney Dance Company chatting about mindful coaching. We had some of the team from Eddinghausen's Pro talking about how to prep your kids for full time. Then we had different kind of things like Jackrabbit Dance talking about the metrics you need to see for your studio success. There were so many great things in there, right?
Yeah, totally. We had like some business coaching sessions for studio owners, some mindset sessions like Will Centurion's mindset stuff because
that was great.
You can really lose your mind being a studio owner sometimes, right? But like his mindset stuff around that. Yeah, there's so many amazing sessions and there was so much for everyone.
Oh, absolutely. I've got the timetable open because there were so many good things and I missed out on seeing some of it, like really interesting things. Ready, Set, Dance, we're talking about like marketing to preschool parents. MDM, we're talking about why their shoes are different and what they can do to help with the footwear. Whereas Block talked about, fitting point shoes, which was so, so awesome. It was so amazing. I loved also, we had some different things. We learned about, breakdancing in the Olympics as well from the Breakdancing Australia Committee, which was awesome. It was just interesting to kind of see some different things, right?
Yeah, and to see trends like that because, that's going to trend soon, and to be on the forefront of trends like that, I think is really important.
Absolutely. And then we had movement rooms, which were great. Some of the business rooms are probably more suited to admin, studio owners. Some were definitely to teachers as well, depending on, what kind of a teacher they are. But then we had, some incredible things in the movement rooms. Some that were just fun, like let's just get up and enjoy ourselves and find the love of dance like you did with Marco. But then we had, Mitch Hicks from Tap Mode, talking about the different tap progressions and how, where to go through. We had acrobatic arts really talking about, oh my God, they were so good, right? They did a couple of sessions and they were so, so good. And, they talked about skill variations and, how to put transitions into your choreo. Shannon Atkins talked about how to run an incredible open class. There was so many great stuff.
Yeah, I think Pete Evans did some contemporary combos for down the room and stuff. Like it was, so valuable, stuff that you can actually take and tangibly put into your classrooms, which I think is kind of what we're about, is just getting those practical things from, your classrooms and actually being able to take it back into the classroom or back to the studio or wherever it might be and actually utilize it.
Absolutely. So we are so pumped for 2024 because we've got some big changes coming as well. Like it was an incredible event, but, we needed to make it bigger. The ICC, we were getting in a little bit of trouble because we had too many people there. We were filling the rooms up too much. It's a good problem to have, but we've got some changes coming. We're actually moving to a bigger floor in 2024 as well, which is awesome and so exciting.
So exciting. And our vendor room is huge, like absolutely huge, which is going to be amazing. We had an incredible fashion parade, which I know was a lot of people's highlight because they actually got to see the costumes on children or on adults. And I think that does make such a huge difference when they can actually see the costume or the uniform or whatever it might be on a body. But that was super fun. And then after that, we had our little cocktail night in the vendor room. So we'll be doing all that again, but it's actually going to be in the vendor room this time, the catwalk, right?
Yes, which is so exciting. And you should see the view we have over the ICC. Over Darling Harbour from the ICC. It is so great. We'll be again running some incredible movement and business rooms. We're in the middle of putting the timetable together. So if you want to check out what's coming, it's going to start coming out in our Instagram super soon. But we'd love to hear from you, right? Because, you know, this event is all about you, the studio owners, the dance teachers, and we want to know what you want to see because, you know, we're starting to put the timetable together. We have so many incredible vendors on board already. Oh my God, we've got some next level businesses joining us in 2024, which is so exciting. But we want to know, like we're booking teachers, we're booking speakers, and we want to know from you what you want to see.
Yes. What sort of classes, like, I don't know, do you want a technique class? Do you want a preschool class? What sort of classes would you be interested in? What would really, you know, resonate with you? Is it a business type of class? Like, we'd love to get some special guests in to chat to you guys and help you with that because, we want to know your ideas.
Absolutely. We're so pumped. We've started selling tickets. We had our VIP tickets. That's closed already. And that went off. Those people got some incredible, extra bonuses with their tickets. And we're selling the tickets and they're selling fast, which is so, so exciting. We've sold tickets to studios from New Zealand, people that are bringing like whole teams over from New Zealand, Singapore, you know, from Western Australia, from far north Queensland and everywhere in between, which is so exciting. And I think it's such a good thing to bring your team to. You brought your whole team last year, right, Beck? And, I think it's such a good chance for them to connect and have a great time together.
Oh, have a great time together, but also upskill. I feel like it's a great investment because they're still utilizing things that they learned in April of last year now in their classes. And that's the great part about it, I think. And now they'll get refreshed again. Our staff need refreshing, you know, they need to go and do a class and get excited again about jazz or about technique or whatever it is because they get stale as well. And I feel like this is the one non-judgmental environment that they can actually go into and be themselves and learn heaps and bring it back to the classroom. And it definitely inspired them. So I'm really excited to bring my whole team again. And I do think it's a great investment. But when you're saying tickets are selling fast, like I know there's a lot of people that have said to us, oh yeah, we're coming to Expo, but we haven't bought our tickets yet. Probably don't wait too long because... Yes,
we have been put under strict instructions from the ICC not to sell too many tickets.
Yes.
They worry about OH&S stuff there, you know, all the things you got to think about, which we understand. It's just one of those things that have got to happen.
We just don't think of that, right?
We just want to keep making it bigger and bigger and better, which is amazing. But last year, you know, we saw so many teams come, you know, and, you know, I was talking to quite a few big groups that came. They stayed up for the weekend. They went out for dinner. You know, they swapped notes. You know, I was chatting to an awesome studio up from Brisbane that had brought, I think, about 6 or 7 of them down from Brisbane. And they said it was really good. They planned their schedule so that they're all doing different things. And then they had the plan that they'd all get together. So they were brave. They didn't all just stick together in a group. You know, 1 or 2 of them would go and do this class. 1 or 2 of them would go do that class. Then they came together on the Saturday night. They had a bit of a team celebration and a bit of like team bonding, which I think is so, so valuable. But then they swapped notes and shared the best tips that they'd learned from each class. And I thought that was so smart. They were so organized. You should have seen they'd already color coded their timetable. I was chatting to them on the Sunday and they showed me their timetable. It was so good.
Wow, that's epic. And like how valuable for that team. And just valuable to be able to share with each other. Like, I know how important just staff training days are, but to have that whole weekend together where you're all learning, you're all pumped and excited and you're all sharing, that's just crazy. How amazing.
It brings a team together, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's all about. You know, we often hear from studio owners, oh, my team's not cohesive. They don't know each other very well. They just walk in the building, teach their class and then walk out. And I think any kind of team building exercises you can do, whether that's just, playing some team building exercises, games kind of thing at your staff training, whether that's going out for dinner or investing in an incredible event and bringing them all together like this, that's going to cement their relationships together, cement their relationship with you as the studio owner, and, really get them committed, to what you're trying to build and your vision. I think that's so important.
And also make them feel valued.
Absolutely.
That will make them feel like, wow, she really or he really values me. And I think that in itself is so powerful if they feel that you're investing in them is huge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've always been so about that for my staff. Even back, I can't even think how many years ago it was. Let me do the backwards maths because I know how old I am, But, even back 16, 17, let's be honest, 19 years ago when I was 20. And I used to do that with our team then. We used to go to Sydney. They used to bring out a lot of choreographers from the States, and hip hop was just sort of starting to take off then, right? And I used to love nothing more than taking, our small team then up to Sydney, spending the night, making it exciting and making them feel really, really special. And I think that's really helped me build a loyal, cohesive team over the years.
I think loyal's the key. We see so many times on our groups now, people are looking for teachers are flaky. It's just such an issue in our industry. And I think that loyalty is what you do need to build. And by doing stuff like that, that is how you can build loyalty 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, look, we're obsessed with Dance Teacher Expo. It is going to be crazy amazing this year. We cannot wait for it. So a couple of things you should be doing now is jumping on our Instagram, Dance Teacher Expo, so that you can see the updates as we start releasing the teachers and the sessions and all the things, number one. Number two is you should be getting your tickets. Obviously. We've had so many people reach out to us, and if you have a large group coming, we've been doing special prices. If you've got more than 8 people coming, send us an email because we've been sorting those people out separately. So definitely drop us an email if that's the case, because we've already sold lots of tickets that way to people that are bringing big teams, which is so exciting. But grab your tickets, even if it's just 1 or 2 of you. We would love to have you, but we'd also love for you to reach out. Message us on Dance Teacher Expo or Dance Principals United Instagram and tell us what you'd like to see because we want to hear from you.
Absolutely. And we want to meet you. How cool was it to meet some of our listeners, Amanda, who were yes, I listen to your podcast all the time. We actually got to have a chat with you and jam with you. We love that too. So we'd love to meet all of you out there. It would be super epic. And just come along and have a ball with us. It was so much fun.
Absolutely. We cannot wait to see you at Dance Teacher Expo. It is going to be incredible. April 21st and 22nd. As I'm saying that, I'm I should be checking those dates because
I'm pretty sure it's 20th and 21st.
This is my problem. I am not a date person. I always muck up dates, numbers, money. Oh my gosh, it's all over the shop.
That's why you've got Nathan in your life.
That is why I have a Nathan in my life. But come along to Dance Teacher Expo. It is going to be incredible. We cannot wait to see you at the ICC Darling Harbour. It's
20th and 21st.
Good thing that you're here to check on me. 20th and 21st. I might just show up a day late. Who knows? No. I will definitely get there on time. We cannot wait to have you. It's going to be awesome. Hope you had a bit of a think about, that stuff about the loyalty and stuff on the podcast, and we cannot wait to see you again on next week's podcast. Thanks, Beck. Night.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
End recording.